Hi everyone, this is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you being a viewer. I really appreciate you being a subscriber. I'm going to do everything I can to help you move your life forward, to help you get to the next level. I want to remind you that this channel, Ignition Time, is not just about stimulus news, it's not just about unemployment benefits. It's about providing you with a perspective on the world around you. It's about providing you with news and current affairs and things that matter, and also about, more importantly, getting you to the next level, helping you learn how to invest money, helping you learn how to save money, helping you to improve and re engineer your skills. And you'll get that. Rome wasn't built in a day, so you're not going to get all the solutions in one day. So hang in there, go through all the videos in our playlist. One of the playlists is the Financial Freedom series, another playlist is the Unemployment Benefits playlist. So there are many playlists on our channel which will be of extreme value to you. So make sure you check them out. If you don't know anything about me, my name is Dr. Nitin Choda. Please check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream, and I want to help you live your American dream. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity. So with that being said, let's get started. On your screen, I'm going to show you the cycle of poverty, and I'll tell you why this is so important in the environment that we live in right now. The problem right now is because of the recovery in our country, because the rich have recovered and the poor are getting left behind. I want us to actually understand the cycle of poverty and make sure we escape it. I'm going to give you the fundamental difference between the cycle of poverty and essentially what I call the abundance of wealth. An individual who's stuck in the cycle of poverty is constantly having to work to earn money to pay bills, whereas an individual who lives with an abundance of wealth has their money working for them. These are two fundamentally different mindsets. These are two fundamentally different approaches, and it does take a lot of work to go from here, the cycle of poverty, to here, the wealth mindset, the abundance mindset. So let's take a closer look at the cycle of poverty and how we can escape it, especially in this day and age that we live in. Because if there's one thing this pandemic has taught us, it is the need, it is the necessity to escape the cycle of poverty, because those stuck in the cycle of poverty are getting stuck deeper and deeper. It's almost like being stuck in quicksand and then being deeper and deeper in that quicksand and not being able to get out. And I think that's terrible. I mean, let's take a look at what happened to the president, for example. The president has access to the best medical care in the world. The president has access to the best doctors in the world and the best facilities in the world. You don't have access to those facilities, and to be honest, neither do I. If you or I had mild symptoms, or if we had a positive test, we wouldn't be able to just check ourselves into a hospital. That's not possible. We would essentially have to go back home and we would have to monitor our own symptoms. So I just want you to understand that there are fundamentally two different realities. There are two different worlds that exist. And you need to understand that in order to get out of the cycle of poverty, where you have a poor household, where you don't have access to the right kind of food and don't have access to clean water, where you have diseases and infections, what has happened with this pandemic, with this illnesses, it has disproportionately impacted the poor. It has disproportionately impacted those who are the most vulnerable. It has disproportionately impacted the low wage earners economically as well, because the low wage earners who are in industries like travel, entertainment, hospitality, leisure, those are the individuals that have been impacted the most. So again, what happens with the cycle of poverty is, unfortunately, individuals get stuck deeper and deeper into the cycle of poverty, and it becomes hard to escape that cycle of poverty. So I want you to understand this, so you can work towards coming out of it. Another aspect of the cycle of poverty is low productivity. Because a lot of my viewers, a lot of my subscribers have lost their jobs, because you've lost your job, you now essentially don't know what to do. You have low productivity, you're not able to contribute, you're not able to be a function, you're not able to contribute economically, you're not able to bring in wages. That puts a lot of pressure on a lot of us. Even, by the way, even if you are working remotely, it's completely different than what you've been used to for decades and decades. So this is a fundamental shift for a lot of us. And by the way, even if you're not in the cycle of poverty, I believe this video will help you, because you can see the circle. Take a look at the circle of the cycle of poverty, and you'll understand how much some individuals struggle. So if you are in a position where you're not in a cycle of poverty, try and help someone, try and pay it forward, try and spread the goodwill, so that you can actually help individuals overcome this cycle of poverty. So you have low productivity, you have low or no income. And I think that, again, this is very important to understand, because when you have low productivity, in other words, when you're dependent on working in a restaurant, for example, when you're working in a movie theater, or when you're working in, I don't know, if you're one of the 28,000 individuals who were employed at Disney, if you're one of the thousands of individuals in the airline industry that have been furloughed, you now have low to no income. You're now in a situation where you have low productivity, you have low self-esteem, and this is very damaging. This creates long-term damage to the economy. Everything that we are seeing around us is in many ways, in many ways, a mirage, because real suffering, the real economic suffering, is something that some of us are feeling and that is invisible to the rest of us. So I want my viewers and subscribers to understand that in the end, those who need help the most should indeed get it. And the way we can do that, if our government doesn't come through, if there's politics being played, if there's PR stunts that are taking place, if there's carelessness, if there is a lack of empathy, what you need to do as my viewer and subscriber is to try and help someone else, is to try and pay it forward. You'll never hear me tired. I'll never get tired of saying this. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. I want you to understand that, and so are you. We are Americans first before we are Republicans, or before we are Democrats, before we are independents. Whatever the case might be, that's up to you. And, again, when I see our viewers and subscribers getting into arguments in the comment section below, I think it's unnecessary. I personally think it's a little bit funny, because I mean, the bigger picture is that we are Americans first before we are Democrats or Republicans. So let's get back to the cycle of poverty. The reason the cycle of poverty is important is that I want all of us to escape the cycle of poverty. You've escaped the cycle of poverty where you don't have to work another day in your life again. You've escaped the cycle of poverty when you work and you do something because you like it, not because you have to do it. You can see me on this channel. Do I look like I'm struggling to bust out these videos? I enjoy what I do. I mean, this is something I enjoy. And honestly, because I enjoy it, it's not work to me. I'm able to create content on a regular basis. By the way, I'm creating a lot of content because I enjoy it. And it's as simple as that. I'm a nerd. I'm a big nerd. I enjoy going through content and understanding it. It's of interest to me. And then I enjoy sharing it with our community and asking for your opinion. So similarly, coming back to you, if you have the honor, the privilege of being able to do something that you enjoy without you having to force yourself to do it, that's when you've escaped the cycle of poverty. And that's what I want for every single one of my viewers and subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time. Check out my video. I have the fortune, the honor, the privilege of living the American dream. I want to help you live your American dream. We release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. If you want to get text message alerts from us, get your cell phone out, send a text message with the word ignition or with the word time to 70,000. That's 70000, and you'll get added to SMS alerts list. You can also get added to our email list. Go to ignitiontime.com/alerts. That's ignitiontime.com/alerts. You'll get on our email list. You can opt out of our SMS list or our email list at any point in time that you want. No worries about that. Sometimes YouTube does not send out notifications, so make sure you bookmark youtube.com/ignition time. That's youtube.com/ignition time. This way you'll get instant, I beg your pardon, you may not get instant notifications from YouTube. If you do, that's great. But if you don't get instant notifications, you can instantly visit our homepage, and then you can check out the videos at any time as per your convenience. So I think that's going to be extremely valuable for you. You can follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. You can also follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is also ignition_time. You'll get breaking news and alerts from us on Twitter. Once again, we release videos at 2 p.m. East Coast time most days of the week. So please make sure you click like, you subscribe, you enable notifications so you get instant updates from us going forward. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.